DC motor is represented by RA, LA and back EMF. DC motor is represented by RA, armature resistance and armature inductance, LA and back EMF of the motor, EB, back EMF of the motor. So this is the circuit diagram for 4-coordinate operation of the DC chopper. In 4-coordinate operation, we use 4 thyristors or 4 SCRs in combination with the anti-parallel diodes. Each thyristor is connected anti-parallel with the diode, and load is, that means DC motor is connected between the bridge. The DC motor is represented in electrode form as RA, LA and EB, armature resistance, armature inductance and back EMF developed in the DC motor. Supply is given in input terminals, that is Vs. DC, fixed DC supply is given in between the input terminals. First 4 coordinates. For getting the first coordinate operation, CH1 is operated, and CH4 is always on. This is CH1. Chopper 1. This is CH2, chopper 2. This is chopper 3, CH3 and CH4. So these are the 4 choppers. For getting 4 coordinates operation, we require 4 choppers. Chopper 1, chopper 2, chopper 3 and chopper 4. In first coordinate, chopper 1 is operated. Here operated means it is on and off. We can on and off control. Next, on means always on. We don't stop CH4 in first coordinate operation. Always it is in on condition. Only we operated CH1. That is the operation. CH1 is operated, CH4 is always on. What happens when CH1 is operated and CH4 is on condition? At that time, remaining all are in off state. That means CH3 and CH2 all are off state. So CH3 and CH2 are in off state. At that time, the supply Vs and the load current flows from Vs positive to the CH1 because it is triggered. So CH1 is triggered. So it is in on condition. The supply current comes here, and this is in off state. So the current flows towards RA, and inductance and back EMF. And again CH4 is in on condition, always on. Through CH4 and return back to the Vs minus. In this position, the current direction is from left to right. So from left to right is the assumption is positive current. Our assumption is from left to right is always positive current. Similarly, the voltage direction is also, it is plus and it is minus. Output voltage also in forward direction, in positive direction. So voltage current both are in same direction to positive, our assumption direction. So voltage current both are in positive. Current positive. We get to first coordinate. Voltage and current both are in same direction, that are in positive direction. So we get to first coordinate operation of the chopper. Next, when CH1 is off, same coordinate, but when CH1 is off, if we turn off the CH1, at that time the current direction is from back EMF to the CH4 to this is D2, D1, D3 and D4. At that time the current direction is given by from battery to the CH4 to D2, D2 to RA. So the current flows in a inner loop. The current flows in a inner loop consisting of EB, CH4, D2, RA. So the current circulates in this loop when CH1 is off state. So when CH1 is off, the diodes D2 conducts. When CH1 is off, diode D2 conducts and the supply here the back EMF acts as a supply. At that time supply is off state and back EMF acts as a supply, so that the current flows from battery to the CH4 D2. So the current flows in a inner loop. Next, second quadrant. Coming to second quadrant. In second quadrant, CH2 is operated. CH2 is operated. CH2 is operated. And CH2 operated and CH3 is operated. At that time the current flows from in second quadrant, current is negative, voltage is positive, current is negative. At that time the current flows from LA stores the energy. LA stores energy and the current flows from stored energy to the LA, RA and CH2 through D4 and return back to the LA. This is the current path. At that time what happens to the current? Current flows in opposite direction to the V0. So now current flows in this direction. Previously current flows in left to right, but now current flows from right to left. So current direction changes, but voltage is always previous direction because battery terminal is never changed so far. That's why voltage is positive and current is negative. So this is called second quadrant operation. In this quadrant, LA stores the energy. That stored energy is free will through the CH2, and D4. Free will through the CH2 and D4. When CH2 is off, same quadrant, when CH2 is off, at that time diode D1 conducts. At that time D1 conducts and the voltage across the load is greater than the supply voltage. Voltage across the load is greater than the supply voltage because here L into di by dt is added up to the Vs. So here V0 equal to the Vs plus L into di by dt. This voltage is greater than the supply voltage. So here voltage is greater than the supply voltage. So current flows from here to D1 to plus, Vs minus and D4 to back EMF. So circuit closes. In this direction current flows. When CH2 is off state, at that time the voltage across the output is greater than the supply voltage. At that time diode D1 starts conducts and current flows from EB, LA, RA to D1 to positive supply, negative terminal of the supply, and D4 again return back to the back EMF. D4. This is the second coordinate operation of the chopper. In third coordinate operation chopper, CH3 is operated. CH3 is operated. CH3 is operated and opposite arm CH2 is always on. CH3 is operated, CH2 is always on. Remaining CH1, CH4 are in off state. CH1 and CH4 are in off state. At that time, when CH3 is triggered, remaining CH2 is in off state. Remaining CH1 and CH4 are off state. At that time, the load current flows from Vs positive to CH3, CH2 to battery. Here back EMI changes its direction because the supply is towards from right to left. At that time we have to replace the battery terminals. Now this is plus and this is minus V0. Plus and minus. Battery terminals are interchanged due to the current is flowing from right to left. So armature current flows from right to left. That's why V0 is changes its direction. Back EMF change terminals are changed to the previous one. So this is plus and minus. Now voltage is negative direction. Voltage is in negative direction because of the current flows in right to left. In previous case current flows from left to right. That's why here positive, here negative. But in this case when CH3 is